What's up guys, my name is Zero Heroes and welcome to Ground of Aces. Now if you don't know what Ground of Aces is, it's basically you have to take command of a remote military airbase during World War II, build your own airfield, manage iconic airfield and oversee your crew's well-being. So that would be an example of like making sure they have water, food and also having shelter for them, which is really important. I'll tell you why in the video. Prepare them against air raids and send your pilots on a dangerous missions and survive and help your nations win the war. Now, Ground of Aces, I actually have played this game before, and that was a demo version, but this is now the actual, as of today recording, it is officially released. So big thank you to Ground of Aces for helping this game become what it is. And also I did get early access to it, you know, I think a week ago. They emailed me saying, would you like to play it? And I said, absolutely. So I've been trying to learn the game as much as I can, but because my brain is still kind of like a man-child, I'm still learning the kind of the manual of the game per se, and I'm still hopefully probably going to make mistakes along the way. So if any of you guys are basically professional at this game, then your comments would be much appreciated on helping me along the way. But this game is basically, it's inspired by a free roam base builder game like Rimworld and going medieval and history strategy games like Hearts of Iron 4. The art style will pay homage to the Linge Claire style of Franco-Belgium comics like Bingles and Buck Danny. Now, I don't know what any of that is, but I've heard of Rimworld and Going Medieval and Hearts of Iron 4, but I've never heard of Linge Claire and the Buck Bingles and Buck Danny. So if anybody knows what that is, then let me know in the comments down below, because I feel like I'm either too young or maybe just too old to understand it. So let me know in the comments down below. But guys, if you would like to see more of this, again, make sure you like, subscribe, comment and all that. And without further ado, let's just get straight into it. So in the kind of demo version, they did release one map which is called Lichfield, which is kind of like around possibly I think towards kind of Liverpool, but more on the east side. You know, Liverpool's on the west side, so I think this is on the east side kind of Liverpool, further up. And now, but they've added a new one which is called Parenporth, which is located towards, I think, Wales area by looks of the map. So if you guys would like to kind of see continuous of this, then let me know. But today we're going to be playing Parenporth, because the first one I already played in the demo and the video before. We're going to try this new one and hopefully you guys like it. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it. So it says, welcome Commander, you have been allocated a plot of land to build up a new RAF airfield. We supplied you with a ground crew and a shipment of starter resources to get you going. Establish your airbase capabilities. We will continue to continuously supply you with weekly resources shipments. And war supplies are currently in high demand. Make sure you gather and use natural resources in your vicinity efficiency to get started. Build up workbenches to refine natural resources to useful materials for your mission. It's up to you to be as efficient as possible in these dire times. And knowing me, I'm definitely not efficient, so let's make that a challenge. Critical for airbase capabilities are three things: a designated runway of a minimum tier and free of obstacles, parking spots for your plane in close takeoff vicinity, and sleeping quarters for your pilots. Building these is your first task. As a base commander, the morale of your people is critical for success. Manage their confidence, energy and mood by building up steady cooked food supply, good sleeping quarters and meaningful downtime activities for breaks. Should base morale reach a critical level, you'll be stripped of your responsibilities. Once you have established your airbase capabilities, you'll receive regular flight missions and weekly orders to do your part in the winning war. Remember, being successful in missions will be key to be keeping up morale on your base. Good luck, commanders. Make the RAF proud. And there you go. So that is kind of the decision. So the first thing that I have noticed that you do definitely need to build is a quarters for your crew. So let's start doing that. Unfortunately, we are starting off in the morning, so that's actually quite good. So you have kind of 4 different sections here, or 5 different sections. You have buildings, you have objects, you have areas, and you have runways, and then you have terraforming for kind of like the ground. So if you kind of want to build a hill for maybe your AA to shoot down planes, then you can do that. And then you have harvesting, which basically you can harvest kind of trees or kind of these little plants so you can get food out of them. You can destroy stuff, so if you want to build stuff but it's in the way, then you can destroy stuff. You can move things such as furniture and all that, and of course you can cancel. But the first thing it's going to do, we are going to build a kind of a base, a temporary position for our temporary home for our pilots. So we do need 10 beds, as it does say. So this is going to be relatively quite big, not as big, but it is going to be quite big. So the resources that you get is actually quite a lot, and you do definitely need to keep an eye on it, because you will run out of resources really quickly. And because I am a noob and I don't know how things work in this game quite as well as I thought, I am still learning the proper process of how this all works. So please bear in mind that when I'm trying to do this. So that looks more like a freaking like a port for kind of like for a plane or something. So the way the workbenches are the green ones is that you have workbenches, which allows you to build kind of like field kitchens, all the way to kind of canning stations, and all the way to espionage radios, which we will do maybe in a later. And then you kind of have kind of your kind of lay down activities, so so your pilots can kind of rest, such as a guitar, a piano, even like a comfy chair, a bar counter so they can drink. So you have lots of different things which are really, really cool, and I'm glad they added so much detail, because remember in the demo they didn't have that much. So I'm really glad they do that. But we're going to add some beds, some drawers and some shelves. So we're going to add this in now, and my mistake was that I didn't make it quite big enough. So now I've hopefully made it big enough, so we can definitely get this. And by the way, to move objects, I believe it is Z, and just by pressing Z, you can use other buttons, but it tells you down the bottom there that what buttons to use. So we have built 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we'll build 2 more. 10. Did I just miscount there? Oh wait, did I seriously dyslexically miscount? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, that's 10. Okay. So we're building beds, and we will sort that out just now. Now, the materials that you get will be in the left-hand side. So at the top, we have sandbags, raw water, and grain seeds. So the water is really important to keep your people hydrated. Then you have the main materials, which are metal, planks, tarp, which we're using right now, fuel, and electronics. And then your bottom part, which is kind of your food rations and your repair parts. So now, while we're waiting for everybody to kind of get up, or waiting to build the things here, we are going to kind of continue with it. So we've built 2 beds. We're kind of building our shelves right now for our pilots. It's going to take some time because not all of the beds are built. I don't think they will be built in time, unfortunately. So in that case, it is now kind of their leisure time. So we do actually have at the top, you can see their schedule, and this allows you to see when they sleep, what time they can kind of mess about, have fun, and what their work hours is. So I'm going to make them work longer hours first and then keep the leisure short, just because at the start I think it's quite important to make sure they kind of build stuff, but especially kind of when you're building an airport or anything like that, it is quite important. A lot of them are going to sleep on the ground just now because we don't have all the beds built, so that is a shame. But the areas you get different parts. So you get storage, gardening zone, safety zone, and expand and remove. So your safety zone is basically for when you get an air raid, you will need a safety zone for all your pilots and crew to go in so they don't get killed by by people or by the enemy. Your gardening zone is for gardening, player expander, and your storage is for this area. Now the reason storage is really important, because your storage actually takes degradation, and that is basically from the ground that it's on and the sky that it's exposed to. So if it's on the ground, then it's 5% faster degradation, or if it's degradation from the sky, then it's 20%. So in this point, you've kind of almost built all the beds, or at this point you are building all the beds. We've built 3 beds, and apparently they are out of tarpaulin, which are tarp, which is not that good. I don't know why they've run out of tarp. So what we're going to do right now, unfortunately they've just run out of tarp for some reason, because apparently the resources were quite thin. So what we're going to do is we're going to start harvesting. So that means we're able to build up basically resources. And resource is a really important thing, because as you can see, as I said, what we're going to do is we're going to build a wee resource area, and the resource, you can basically split it into 3 sections if you want to. So basic would be like your wood, clay and all that. Your advanced would be like your metal, bricks, planks and all that, and then your military would be the rest. But then you have a area for trash. So if you want to kind of split your storage section into 3 parts, then you can. But I'm doing, just for kind of efficiency sake, we're just going to keep everything into one area just now. And because we don't actually have any tarp available, we're going to have to start harvesting for wood. And wood allows us to basically get us sorted for, now we've only built 3 beds out of the possible 10, which is not great. I don't know how you're meant to do that, but yeah, it's not great. We're British, actually. We're British. The British people are made to actually lay on floors, because that's the way we did it back in World War II. We didn't have any beds, all right? We just kind of suffered the way it was just now, all right? So people can complain all they want about the way I've kind of done this, but the British probably did it this way as well. We kind of just slept on floors. So first thing, the main thing we want to do right now is we want to build an airstrip. So let's do that. While our guys are harvesting for food, let us build a airfield, which is probably one of the important things, because that's basically the basis of your game. So you kind of want, I do want this whole area done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build my airstrip. It's really going to be kind of like weird, but oh, it's auto saving. Thank you for interrupting my bit. Thank you. We're basically going to build an airfield. Now, it comes up with like a wee section here. So you basically want to be tier 1 to get you started. So I kind of want my airfield to kind of be like this. So it's at level 1, but I want to make sure, oh, level 1, there we go. Level 2. So we can keep it at like level 2, but we need to make sure they're all kind of like level 1s, or the planes will not be able to land. So there we go. We have our kind of airfield being built just now. And you can see that this area has now been pretty much harvested, but it is not, the construction's been blocked. So we do need to kind of remove a few things, and it's going to convert to dirt, which is probably one of the more cheaper. Now you can convert it to like sand, concrete, tarmac, but as you kind of go along, you will need to expand, basically make sure your airfield is bigger for bigger planes to come along. Now the planes that you get is the most exciting part. You can see that you get a whole range of different planes. Now I managed to get this Gloucester Gladiator pre-war, which is a thing that I signed up for through my email, and I basically kind of got this for free. So if you guys want to do this, then you can do it this as well. But you can see you got famous planes such as the Lancaster, the Gloucester Meteor, you got the de Havilland Flamingo, you got the Sterling, you've also got the Hurricane and the Spitfires, the Typhoons. So you have so many British planes, and they're all different tiers. So tier 1 is kind of what you start off as, and then as your airbase gets better, you will be able to get more access to more advanced planes, which allows you to get missions. But just now it is nighttime, and we have to basically keep the average, we have to keep the morale high, and if it drops below 70, which it might do soon, then game is over. So that is a good start. We also need to build a small parking, which it requires planks. So I might put the airplanes on this side. So I might build 2, because I feel like 2 planes is always handy, because you basically get 2 planes for free. So let's do that. And also what I will build is a kitchen, a field kitchen, which we do have some wood for that. So that allows us to get some food going, and we could get a saw station, and that allows us, if we basically convert the wood, we'll get planks. So we'll also get a saw station, which we'll put here. So that allows us to do it. Now you can get it's a concrete mixer or cement mixer, which gives cement, but you do need metal and planks. But something I really want to do is want to get a boiler tank, which will give us fuel and purified water. So we kind of things to kind of give you tips on. So we'll make it there as well, which we have enough for. But we do really need to get resources, because we're already running quite low. So we do need to kind of harvest some more things. Now there should be some water. The important part is that if you look for water, it's really important, because that will give you a wee bit more water for purified, or turning it into purified water. But we are basically going to harvest all these trees, because that will give us wood. So once we do that, that will allow us to make it. So we've actually made a decent start. The only thing we really need to do is basically turn it into, we need to get wood or plank to basically make sure our resource pile doesn't fall, because some of them are already at 69%. So let us try, and they're already kind of going off some of our food here, so we need to try and build that food station as quickly as we can, and as you can see, it is doing it. And some of them are going now for building getting wood, which is excellent. I do want to though change this. Now you can also build hangers, so one of them can be metal, and that is probably the main thing that you will do to maybe towards later on, but you do need to build a station. Now you can see we have our field kitchen, so what we want to do is we want to get some food and some raw water. So what you can do with this, because there is only a few crew, we can basically put this on repeat. So that means we don't have to keep forgetting about this. And we also could get purified water, which hopefully will make it, put it on repeat as well. So that means we won't have to forget about it. Now we do also have our saw station, which will give us planks. So I'm going to give us maybe about 20 planks. So we only need 4 wood for that, which will be excellent. And we have our boiler tank, which is fantastic. And that will give us purified water and fuel. So if we get our purified water, which is really important to keep our people happy. And unfortunately, our morale is really dropping low because they are not happy just now, and they don't seem to be too happy the fact that we are. It's just because we ran out of tarpaulin, all right, and we do. Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. I did. Oh no, I'm an idiot. I didn't actually see this part. A lot of you must be screaming at the freaking thing, knowing that this is all stuff that we could easily, you know, that we can destroy or harvest. Oh my god, I am a fool. I'm sorry everyone, you must be screaming at the screen right now. I'm so sorry. You can have my thanks, but like I said, I'm still trying to get used to this game, so I do apologize if anything does kind of get out of hand. But we will build up we're gonna upgrade our roof, because this is quite horrible because we have not able to have enough for this. But we will get kind of materials off this like ruined car, which is metal, which is really good. So I see we're kind of not building the runway yet. We seem to be more focused on getting, I mean, look at that, we managed to build, we're actually building up a lot of actually good stuff. But unfortunately, as it gets older, because we don't have a lot of things available, we have no water left. Oh, the developers are going to be so mad that I am not doing well. I'm sorry, I'm trying my best, okay? I told you I have a mind of a child, okay? So I'm trying my absolute best. I think I might get fired from my job. This, by the way, this game is not an easy game. If you want to start off by doing like an easy map, then do the other one. But this is definitely for pros who are like, because all of them are now just out of energy, and what I could do is just give them some chairs. Oh, I'm such a fool. Let's give him some chairs. Let's give him some chairs. Why not? And that means we can actually put maybe like a wee radio inside as well. If we get them like a wee radio, yep, we'll get them another wee radio there. So that means they have some leisure time as well. Hopefully that might cheer them up. But I might get fired. I'm sorry, okay, guys. I'm really sorry. I'm still learning a lot about, even though I've had like a week to process this game, I'm still learning, or trying to learn as much as I can, because this is actually quite a base strategy game. So you're trying to you're trying to manage your crew, you're trying to manage everything else at once, and that's kind of, I mean, what they could do is a crew could actually, you know, take turns in the bed so everybody's happy, but I don't think they have quite the brain power for that. But we're going to build the chairs, so that means they have something, and they have the radio, they have something to listen to, so hopefully that will cheer up the morale a wee bit, hopefully, as well, because there's still a lot that we need to do as well, and we need to try and get some boiling. We actually do have some purified water going, which is nice. And we're actually starting to have a lot of wood as well. So we have a lot of sandbags actually, which is good. We could actually do that, but we don't have a lot of metal, which is kind of annoying. I don't think, because we haven't destroyed the car yet. which hasn't given us a lot of metal. But oh wait, we got more tarp. Yes, I think. Yes, we got more tarp. Oh, that is amazing. We have 9 beds now. Oh, excellent. We managed to save the day. We need to try and build more planks because we are running out. We're going to run out of planks as well, I think. Yeah, we have only 70 planks. But look at that. We are. Oh, my game's lagging as well. I know they're probably going down, and the developers and a lot of you guys are just screaming at the screen. And I know, look, I did say at the start of the video, I'm still learning how to play this game, okay? So quit the attitude, okay? I'm still learning. Look, they're building up. See, their happiness is building up because I built them something. I swear to God, that one looks like it had an SS uniform. I'm not even joking when I say that. Oh my gosh. Yes, we're building shit. I'm sorry, I'm happy because I managed to save my storage. I managed to save my storage. Well, at least most of it. Because we're getting planks as we kind of go along here, but we still need to harvest probably a lot from here. And we also need to harvest this land. I mean, oh, what is that? Oh, what is that? Look at this land. It's like elevated. That's quite cool, actually. I don't know if that's like a glitch or something, but that is quite cool. But we've managed to save our land and they've still not built it yet. We're going to destroy this. And we're going to destroy these things. I just want to maybe if there was like a setting where you maybe prioritize like certain things, like certain objects, instead of like them going to whatever they feel needs to be built first. If there's maybe like, you maybe build the airfield first and then build the second, or if there's some sort of prioritize button, that would be really, really cool. Don't worry, I'm determined to get my planes in before we end today's video. I don't know how long that will take, but I will show you what a mission is like, because I think in the demo we're able to get planes, but I can't remember if we're able to do missions. But I think now that the game is fully released, we are able to actually do missions. So yeah, but we are able to build, which is fantastic. Now, when you do, there's something that does catch me, is that when you hover over it, it should give you an option. Instead of hovering saying planks or tarp, you have to click on it first and then you have to choose. But when you just click on it regularly, I was confused at first because I thought you could only use tarp, but you actually have to click on the stuff first and then you can choose what kind of material you want to build this with. So just to make you aware of that. So please be careful when you are choosing this game and do that. You have built the building. Oh no, look, it's done. Look at that, we've built our storage. Everyone should be more happier. I know what we are going to do is that we are going to get we're going to also build I think, so we've built a field kitchen, we haven't built a brick station, because what we might do is because we could get a canning station, but we need machinery for that. So I think what I might do is I might get a brick station and build actually I might build the brick station like over here. I feel like I want to move actually this stuff, that I want to move it over here, because then it'll be near to kind of in the middle between like the airfield and kind of where we're working right now. So I think that is something I'm tempted to do for actually all items, is move them all over here. I think that works best, yeah. And now I just need to keep harvesting more stuff. Look at that! We've basically harvested the whole thing. What? Oh, what? There's a whole... these are like bricks and stuff we can harvest. Oh my god, yes, get on that right away. Because this allows us... is that... Oh my god, why didn't you tell me this was here? Oh my gosh. We definitely need to get basically harvest more wood, because I think we are running low on wood. I don't think we actually have any wood left. We have 23 wood. So yeah, let's harvest this stuff and we'll wait for tomorrow. But I'm trying my best, guys, okay? Do not judge. I'm trying. I want to harvest. Also, the mushrooms, I think, here count as food. So there's a lot of things to harvest right now. Oh, this is actually quite fun. Now, I have kind of cut down the music. Why are you angry? You're feeling angry. Oh, that's not good. You are just hammering things. Just calm down, okay? We're gonna get you some stuff, okay? Just chill, dog. Just chill. Yeah, I'm sorry, Develop. Oh, look, we're building we've built one of the car parks. I think now we're starting to build the airfield, which is fantastic. Now, what I might do is, because everybody's feeling a bit, we're still missing like one tarp and a bit of thing towards the end, which is annoying the hell out of me. We've managed to build our parking spot, which is excellent, so we can order these planes soon. But we still need to build that airstrip, and we still need to get some. We could get what do we need? I think we could actually, because we were kind of stealing stuff from over here. So what does this count as? That count as planks. So we could harvest on that then. I think if we're allowed, are we allowed to harvest that? Is it destroy? Oh no, I think it was. I just wasn't zoomed in enough. Yeah, now these, okay, this is going to get harvested. Why are you guys sad? I wish it gave you the reasons on why it's sad. Like if there was reasons like saying like what it is. I mean, I know there's no water, no cement mixer, no metal work. I'm pretty sure I built a metal, did I not build it? I feel like that's probably no metal workbench. That, I'm sorry if there's no metal workbench. Where's the metal workbench? I definitely saw it. We need 20 planks and we don't have 20 planks. That is shameful, guys. Alright guys, so basically I'm an idiot because when I built this airfield, it didn't actually cover, it said tier 0, so I didn't basically made the airstrip long enough, which was completely my fault. But on this map, what I may recommend is that you actually convert your runway to sand, considering this whole bit is sand, I think, by looks of it. So instead of making it to dirt, which is a lot harder for your guys to convert, just keep it to sand because they only have a few bits to convert it to. So we've managed to build the airstrip, we managed to build the parking lot. So now is the most exciting bit as we get to order some planes. So as you see, we have 0 victory points, and the way you're able to get these victory points is through by completing missions. And the more missions you complete, the better, the quicker you can get more planes, and the higher you're able to get these missions. So if we request this plane, so it tells you about the plane, its maximum speed, its armament, its engine, the dimensions, and the manufacturer, and then the ceiling and the range. So if we request that, and we also can request another plane because we have 2 spots, then we can do that. And for each mission that we complete, basically the higher the chances of your morale will go up. So a mission will hopefully pop up quite soon, and now there's not enough beds, but we will transfer this into a proper now bed, because we do actually need to build some proper beds. Unfortunately, we don't have any tarp, unfortunately, which is quite annoying, but when we do, we will build some more beds for that. In that case, we're going to have to harvest some more things that are over here and basically start harvesting over here. So but I want these guys to harvest here as well, because this is where we get our bricks, which is really important. Oh, and you're all still mad. Oh, but the morale is going up. Good. And hopefully we should get our first mission soon, which you will see in a sec. And we do need to find some more water, by the way. And the problem in the sand desert like this, it's quite hard to find water. Ah, there we go. We'll harvest that. And there probably is, yep, another bit of water over there, and we'll get some more wood. So wood is effectively, we've got tons of sandbags, but our wood reserve is still low. But guys, if you do have any tips or tricks, you can see the morale has gone up, definitely, which is better, because we have basically managed to survive it. There we go. So we're going to keep our morale, keep going up. Hopefully we'll get more space here. But there's more planes, so we need to build more planes, but there's not enough beds, which I will. Basically, I think there should be a different option to building beds than just tarp. I think there should be, well, I wouldn't say made it of planks, but basically maybe make it of metal, because some beds are made out of metal. But we could get some drawers, which would help them feel a wee bit happier. So maybe we should have probably put that in at the very start of the episode, or the video, but that's okay. So there we go. We'll add in a few drawers here and there. But if anybody has any tips to how we can do this better, then let me know, because I would be greatly appreciated. And we've built a radio, and we've built a saw station. Now we just need to harvest some trees, which we're kind of already doing as well as we're harvesting. But we have a lot of planks, which is fantastic. Hopefully we should get enough. We should hopefully get a mission soon, because I do want to show you the mission. That's a really important part. I really do want to show you a mission. Oh, there we go. So we have our first mission. So I will now show you what. So you get a mission which is light bomber interception. So basically you will get a mission here and you have to add your plane in to the mission. Your time left to basically respond to this is, so make sure when this mission pops up, the game will actually automatically pause for you, so that means you don't actually miss it. It tells you the danger of it, so it tells you it's bombers. It tells you what the information is about and the requirements basically you need your planes to be. So your planes will be basically, the fighting power is based between 0.5 between 30, and your plane is recommended. Each plane is different, so for my Globesword Gladiator it's between 11 and 20, and for the pre-war edition it's between 16 and 20. So I might do the 16 and 21 because it's slightly higher, or I might go for the Gladiator because I want to maybe save this for another mission. But you can tell that the health level of your pilot, the integrity of the plane, and the fuel for the plane itself. So we'll add this guy and you can see your chances are 46%, so it's actually quite low. But if you add in another plane, it straights up, put it to 97%. Or if you just want to use one plane, then the chances are lower, but it's still relatively high. But we'll add the 2 planes in because I'm basically, if we'll get some good mood, some high energy, and very confident for this. So we'll add these 2 planes in and we'll tell them to go for it, because the missions is very successful. It'll basically be very successful, hopefully. And you can see there goes our, look, there goes one plane, and we'll just speed up the process. There we go, and our mood is getting higher, and we're still missing tarp, which is unbelievable considering I think you can make tarp through, because tarp is actually very hard to acquire in this game. So the way you get tarp is through, you can have a look at the things here. So it would be good to get a canning station, because that was very useful for getting plane bombs, anti-air, and basically lots more. So the way you get tarp is that through a tailor machine. So I might actually get a tailor machine now. Oh, it needs to be placed indoors, which is kind of a bummer. It does actually need to be placed indoors. It needs to be placed indoor. Oh, fine. Jesus, why not make it difficult for me then? What we will build though, it does say it does want a cement mixer. So we'll get a cement mixer, which allows us to get cement, which will make our jobs just a wee bit easier. And there we go. We are absolutely, you know, we managed to save our morale. I thought I was going to lose my job, but we managed to save morale. And hopefully our jobs will not be, my job won't be in distress, but it probably might be. And there we go. Mission is successful, and our planes will now come back, but the integrity and the fuel plane will go down. And there you go. So now if we click, you can see that we managed, unfortunately, we managed to take airplane damage a wee bit and quite a lot with the first one. But now, because of that, we managed to get 1 victory point, 15 base confidence, and the mood has been increased as well. As you can see, it will go up in a second, or once everyone's kind of had a wee bit of leisure time, then we can call it a day. But you know, guys, I feel like I've pretty much not showed you everything, but I feel like I've showed you quite a lot, kind of the building materials, kind of what it is. And there is lots of to do in this game, but because I said I basically have a mind of intelligence of a 5-year-old child, I'm not the best at these games, but I do try my best to actually make it the most kind of accessible, playable for you guys as possible. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and also like a big thank you for the developers as well for reaching out to me and sending me a copy of this game early. And also just one more thing before I end, that this game does currently have a DLC called the Support Pack, which is similar to Gates of Hell. So guys, I just want to just quickly iterate the Support Pack, which I've actually bought with my own money. I wasn't given this for free. I bought with my own pocket money, so I just because I want to support this game and I really think it will do really well. I just think I'm just terrible at this game, but basically is that it will give you a set of exclusive events and missions to your game, hand painted high resolution artworks from our alpha developments, a printable set of cards discipling all current planes, artworks and abilities, high resolution versions of the awareness posters from the game, an exclusive set of 3D wallpapers, models as well, and that is only for £4.49. It's 10% on discount as well. So, or if you want to get both the game and the bundle, it will cost you £20. But there you go, guys. That is it for today. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I'm sorry if I'm maybe not the best at these games, but I do try my best and I try and do support even just the developers as much as possible through these games. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching and all your support, and I will see you in the next video. See you later and goodbye.